Lesson 4, Unit 1. Strategic Project Management Office. This unit will present the different types of project management offices that can be used in organizational project management. What is a PMO? According to the PMI, a Project Management Office, or PMO, is an organizational structure that standardizes project-related governance processes and facilitates the sharing of resources, methodologies, tools, and techniques. The PMO is a modern structure that many project-driven organizations use to standardize best practices, achieve economies of scale in the use of critical organizational resources, and continuously improve project performance. It is an approach to centralize some of the project management processes. There are three basic types of PMOs: supportive, controlling, and directive. They vary depending on the degree of control and influence they have on the project. An organization will choose a type based on their level of maturity in using project management methodologies and the need to solve urgent problems with projects. Each level has specific functions and responsibilities. The supportive PMO generally provides support in the form of on-demand expertise, templates, best practices, access to information, and expertise to project teams. This type of PMO acts as a consultant to projects by providing access to best practices, templates, training, and also proven information and lessons learned archives from past projects. It is also considered as a library of project information. This PMO has very low control and low influence over the projects it assists. This type of PMO is usually found in organizations where projects are done successfully in a loosely controlled manner and where additional control is not necessary. It is also the type of PMO most organizations start with in order to build their internal capacities in standardizing a project management methodology. The supportive PMO does not manage or control projects and has purely consultative role. When an organization needs to have more structure and control, the PMO is tasked with more power. This type of PMO helps coordinate project resources, develops the project management methodology, practices, and standards. A controlling PMO manages a centralized repository, coordinates project communications, mentors and coaches project managers, and centralizes monitoring and project control. This type of PMO focuses more on compliance and has a formal governance structure, consolidates information and reports on project status to senior management. This type of PMO focuses on compliance on the use of project management methodologies. This can include the required use of processes, templates, forms, tools, and governance. In addition, projects and programs might need to pass regular reviews by this type of PMO, and that may represent a risk factor on the project. Control and influence are relatively moderate compared to the Directive PMO. This type of PMO has more power and a high degree of control. It takes ownership of the projects by directly managing them. Responsibilities of this type of PMO include the assignment of resources, monitoring, and reporting of project performance. This type of PMO is effective in large organizations that work in a matrix environment. Project managers from the PMO itself are assigned to each new project, and reporting of project progress is direct to the PMO itself. Since this type of PMO has a high degree of control and influence, it actually takes over the project by providing experience and resources to manage the project. As organizations undertake projects, professional project managers from the PMO are assigned to the projects. This introduces a great deal of professionalism into the projects, and since each of the project managers originates and reports back to the PMO, it guarantees a high level of consistency of practice across all projects. Based on the position they have within the organization, PMOs can also be categorized as organizational. They create standards, processes, and methodologies for all the projects in the organization. Departmental. They provide support to projects in a department, program area, region, or even a country. And individual PMO, set up for a single program or a project. Individual and departmental PMOs are known as traditional PMOs. while organizational PMOs are known as strategic PMOs. There is a difference between traditional and strategic PMOs. Traditional PMOs usually focus on the tactical activities that support implementation of projects. These PMOs are designed to monitor, control, and even manage the implementation of projects. They operate at the tactical and operational level. Their goal is to do the things right, that is, to deliver the project on time and on budget. In large organizations, the traditional PMO are mostly decentralized, working in silos, resulting in ineffective utilization of resources and duplication of efforts. But the most pressing challenge is that these type of PMOs have difficulties in adapting to the strategic needs of the organization. When organizations are faced with the limitations of a traditional PMO, they can consider a strategic PMO. This type of PMO, also called an enterprise PMO, focuses more on the strategic vision of the organization. The strategic PMO links the strategic objectives to individual programs and projects. A strategic PMO is another critical component of organizational project management. A strategic PMO helps the organization do the projects by ensuring that all projects are aligned with the strategic objectives. This type of PMO is in charge of managing the project portfolio. A strategic PMO is more flexible and is quick to respond to changes in order to retain focus on outcomes and benefits in a complex and dynamic environment. The strategic PMO is proactive and is actively looking for ways to improve the performance of programs and projects across the organization. A strategic PMO centralizes the work of the PMOs that exist in departments, regions, and countries by standardizing methodologies, practice, and coordinating the use of resources and ensuring there is no duplication of efforts and waste of resources. Organizations consider implementing a strategic PMO when they face the following problems. The organization lacks the ability to ensure project investments are aligned with strategic objectives. There is a lack of established standards and repeatable process across the organization. There is limited data shared to gain full view of the project's use of resources and financial information. And there is a strong need to extend and customize methodologies to adapt to changing needs. Without a strategic view of projects and programs, the organization runs the risk of having projects approved without a due diligence process. Project benefits are not managed properly or even not realized. There is no centralized information on progress and issues. There's limited understanding if resources are used efficiently, and projects are using inconsistent methodologies and processes. The strategic PMO responsibilities include managing the demand of resources, standardizing methods and processes, coordinating across all PMOs, tracking, auditing, and reporting, mentoring, and coaching program managers, project managers, and project teams, and measure benefits and value management and strategic alignment. Project-driven organizations that seek to implement a strategic PMO can obtain the following additional benefits. There is better strategic alignment, improved utilization of resources, less duplication of efforts and overlap between units, better communication and collaboration between projects, and better risk mitigation strategies.